You do talks sort of about intelligent design, or to, I suppose, argue against intelligent design. And one of the examples we talked about briefly before was the spotted hyena.
Oh, well, for a long time I ran a website called Dumb Design.
Right.
Because there's so many things that you see in nature that just make no sense at all. And sex chromosomes are one of them. Sex chromosomes are a terrible idea.
Are they? Why?
Well, to begin with, having only one X chromosome is a really bad idea because there are lots of genes on it, particularly genes that are important in brain development. And if you've only got one of them, which males have, if there's a mutation in it, bad luck.
It's the good chromosome as well, isn't it? Because the Y is unstable, essentially.
Well, there's almost nothing left on the Y chromosome. There's only 45 genes. 27 of those are on the male-specific region. The others actually shared with the X. So there's 27 genes on the Y, and there's more than 1,000 on the X.
Right.
So most of those genes have gone, and that includes some really important genes. So if you've got a mutation in those genes, that's bad luck. You're mentally affected.
This was in terms of conditions, maybe developmental conditions and disease. It's more likely to occur for males?
Well, it'll occur in males because there is only one copy of the X chromosome.
Yeah,
in females, there's a backup copy. And, of course, I've talked about mental retardation, but there are lots of other genes, like, for instance, blood clotting factors. If you have a blood clotting factor and there's a gene on the X chromosome, if there's something wrong with that gene, you have haemophilia. So most haemophiliacs are men, because they don't have a backup. Women can be heterozygous, so they have one good copy, one bad copy, but they're fine.
So I always got the sense from reading this, and I certainly don't know much about it, but I got the sense that men are always more vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
Like from in utero, so more likely to miscarriage
and a lot
things
of that,
like that
may well be because they have only one X chromosome. So if you look at mental institutions, most of the patients with mental retardation are boys. And that's because the X chromosome has an awful lot of genes on it that is required for building a brain. And if there's anything wrong with any of those genes, you have some serious mental problems. Same with colour blindness. That's not such a problem, but mostly it's boys who are colour blind because there's a gene on the X chromosome.
So males are overrepresented in terms of genius IQ as well. Is that more socially constructed, or is there some genetic?
There is some evidence for that, and that is what you'd expect because the frequency, the bell curve is the same, but it'll be wider for males because there's more fluctuation because there's only one X chromosome.
So more extremes.
Females are kind of the average of their two X chromosomes, but poor old males have only got one.
I suppose in terms of dumb design, we were going to talk about the spotted hyena.
Well, the spotted hyena is a lovely example because the females are extremely aggressive, but they have male genitalia. They have a penis and they give birth through the penis, which is an extremely hairy, painful experience that usually the firstborn does not survive. So it seems like a really silly idea. But in fact, what's happened is that there's been selection for very aggressive females that can defend their territory and defend their young. And what that has led to has been selection for high testosterone levels. And the side effect of that high testosterone is to make male phallus.
The females are larger, stronger. The lowest female on the hierarchy of females is higher than the highest male on
That's
their
right, they
hierarchy.
keep their males in order. Yes, so it seems like a really bad way to have babies, but you can see why.
Why? That seems like a mistake.
Well, there's a lot of things in nature that seem like mistakes, and you can always find explanations, not in function, but in evolution. This happened because there was selection for very aggressive females that can defend their patch and basically have more babies.
Why with hyenas? Why with spotted hyenas and not striped hyenas? Or why not with chimpanzees and gorillas?
That's a question for the ecologists.
Right.